Hey everybody, Dan DeFedericis of Saratoga Report, and I am here with Vince and Katie LaTerra. They are two people that are live here in the Spa City. They have worked here for a long time, especially in the real estate sector. They both have their respective histories that I will let them tell you about in a few minutes. Vince and Katie, I thought we were getting some warm weather, but this morning was a shocker. You guys have an exciting project going on, kind of like in the Five Points Congress Park neighborhood, regarding a smaller condo development you wish to put in a lot at the corner of Park Avenue and Cottage Street, a lot that I passed 1,000 times and I never really noticed it before. Tell us a little bit about what you got going and the history of it and so forth.
It's a hidden gem, the lot. I know a lot of people have said that they're hearing about it and driving around trying to find where it is, and then they see it and they're like, oh, it's the best location. So that's definitely the exciting part, is the location.
That's great, and thanks for joining me today on this. This is kind of exciting. Let me. I'm going to put up a photo of it, of the rendering, I should say, right, of what you're proposing to put there. This is one rendering, or one vantage point of it. Can you talk a little bit about what the project is? And I know you have some historical ties to this project.
Yeah, so I mean, this area, we kind of went back in time, and I think the earliest was 1888 with the bird's eye view map of Saratoga. Had a structure that you could see, which was right there, which was a 3-story building on the corner right on Cottage and Park Place, which is where this building is proposed.
Folks, just to the left of the word cottage on your screen, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So that,
sorry.
Yeah. So we got the house, and we kind of just looked at the history of it, just by second nature, and we saw, oh, that's kind of weird. That's a building there that's not there anymore. So we kind of went back in time again and went through some of the Sanborn fire insurance maps, and came to a picture in 1939, which was the only photo that I could find from a bolster collection, and it had a good front view of it right there. And that's kind of what our direction went off of to the architect, which was Matt Hurff, and the rest is history per se.
Now, for both of you, I want to go into a little bit of your history, your resumes here. This isn't your first rodeo in the real estate world, is it?
No, yeah, we've done a lot of houses in town, and flipped a lot of houses. I think the last 4, though, we gave to family members. So we'd like to do one for business, for not for nonprofit. But yeah, Katie, you want to talk about, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we have done a lot of projects. We're very passionate about making people happy. So when somebody wants something and we can envision it and then create it, that's very intrinsically rewarding for us. So with this project, I think the history is so important. Saratoga's health history horses, and we're right near the track. So we have the horse thing right there for this project, which is great with the location. But we also have the history. And that was really important, was looking at the Parkview Hotel and keeping with that architectural style with the neighborhood. There's a lot of historic homes around here. Although this lot is not in the historic district, we wanted to retain that style and aesthetic. And we sent the image to Matt Hurff, and I said to him, this is important to me. Look at this image. And he did an amazing job. He did a really incredible job.
Let me get back to that. And you two, like I alluded to, you two have really a great experience in the real estate industry that probably is complementary, right? Katie, you've been a long time realtor with Julie & Company. And Vince, I know you spent a long career with Bonaccio as a project manager. Is there anything else you could tell the viewers about your experience and your history?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of opportunities at Bonaccio for past 13 years that I learned a lot from, and then took some of that and we did our own thing, and now we're just pushing forward and trying to make a good product for Saratoga, and people that want to come into this town and have a good place to live that's new construction but has a Saratoga feel to it, which we thought was was a need. So we're just focused on that right now.
And Vince is on
Great.
the preservation board too. So
I'm sorry, say that again.
Vince is on the preservation board, so he's really entrenched with not just what we're working on, but really preservation and history in the whole city. So again, it's really important for us to show, you know, we're not just putting up a new structure here. We're actually bringing it back to what it was.
That's terrific.
In a sense, yeah.
And can you talk about the building and the condos itself? I put up I believe this is the first floor plan. Do I see a mirror image of 2 condos? Is that what I'm looking at? Or
Yeah. So this design took about a year and a half to critique. So we wanted to take our time with it. We wanted to eliminate common areas because a lot of feedback we get from condo projects is that there's hallways and people are next door to you. This has a very private feel to it, and it's a U shape. So it's mirrored condos, and every condo is an L shape.
I see. Okay.
And there's like a living quarters, and then like kind of your entertainment quarters is how we did it, and it's all one level living. And then we made it so when you get off the elevator, you're into your unit. So you're the only person that can get off the elevator into your unit, which was, you know, another unique thing that we wanted to bring to this design. And we also had, you know, the front porches, which also kind of brings that residential feel, even though you're in, you know, a condo building.
Right. That's great. Such a great neighborhood there. You'd want to be on a front porch. I used to live right there, not far away on Union Avenue, and I'd walk to 5 Points and just enjoy that neighborhood. Go over to Congress Park, a lot of trees. It's just a beautiful historic neighborhood. And how many condos and about what size are these going to be?
There's 6 units, and they are about 2,000 square feet to about 2,300 square feet. The 2,000 square feet ones are on the 3rd floor because of the mansard roof. It steps back a little bit, so they're a little smaller up there, but they got a little more character.
Yeah, and a bit of a view, perhaps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. This is really exciting. I love how you kept the historical feel for the project of something, you know, a building we lost, right? But now to some level, you're bringing it back. That's great. So where do you go from here? Obviously, you have some boards you have to go before to get approvals and so forth.
Yeah, so we have to go through the planning board. So we're submitted right now, and we're looking for May 8th is the date. We wanted to squeeze it in on April 10th, but they were booked up, so they're pushing us to May.
Okay.
So then after that, it's construction drawings and building permit.
And this was first reported, at least that I saw it, by the Business Review, and so it's gotten out there a little bit. What kind of feedback have you received?
People are very excited about it. I actually didn't even expect that, but both of our phones were like blowing up with people saying, "This is beautiful. This is incredible. No, definitely make that happen." And very positive, very encouraging, and a lot of excitement. So, and buyers, you know, most importantly, we've had quite a few people say, like, "Hold one of those for me."
Yeah.
That's wow. That's got to be reassuring, right? Or
Yeah. So I mean, we've gotten a lot of feedback from, you know, neighbors walking by and saying, you know, want to talk about the project and whatnot. So I mean, it kind of, which again, like Katie said, was kind of surprising. We kind of just submitted to the planning board, and we're like, okay, well, you know, we'll go to planning board, and that's it. And then once everyone saw the renderings and wanted to know more, it was kind of sold itself, which is good because we spent a lot of time on a product here.
right. And there are a lot of different condo projects in the city, but this one is as unique as I've seen in a long time, and that must be part of the attraction, right?
Yeah, and everything we've done to date is, you know, we wouldn't do something that we wouldn't want to buy ourselves. So we're all about the value and making it, you know, a win-win for all parties because, you know, you're selling this, and we also live right next door. So I mean, we want everyone to be happy if you buy something from, you know, us, and that's kind of, you know, what our mentality is, kind of like, let's design it, let's make it how we would like it, and then we'll figure out the numbers after.
Excellent. Well, this is exciting. Good for you. I hope things go forward. I know in the industry you're in, you can have some unanticipated roadblocks or speed bumps and so forth. But it seems to me you've done everything so far. And I'm really impressed with this building. I just love the fact that you have the historical feel to it. So best of luck, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your interest. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.